Hey, what up guys? It's a Perfect King here with Indecisive TCG. Bringing you guys another video here. This one here is going to be on Rayleigh. And at the time of constructing a deck for Rayleigh, the Season 1 Championship, I believe the Season 1 Championship was coming to an end, and the winner just so happened to be Rayleigh. So I figured, why not? Let's see what his deck was all about, and I saw a few of his matches, and there were some pretty good games actually. So, and figured, let's just see. Let's take a look at his deck list and card choices. I couldn't find the winner's name. There was a few different lists and different names, so I didn't want to give credit to the incorrect person. So just to give you guys a heads up, I'm so sorry about that. But anyways, this is his deck list nonetheless. This is the winner of the Japan Season 1. His final match, I believe, was against Green-Purple Luffy, if I'm not mistaken. Again, they were all pretty good games, and I figured let's give his deck list a test run, and let's take a look at his card choices here. I think I would have played something a little differently, but then again, like I said, I'm just a guy on YouTube, and he's the champ. He's the Season 1 winner, so I can't really say much there. So without further ado, let's just jump into the deck list. We got Silver's Rayleigh here. You cannot have cards with a cost of 5 or greater in your deck list according to the rules. Initially, when we were doing our predictions on which leader would be like the best, we put him kind of at the bottom just because with that ruling alone. Then, mind you, this was before we got a peek at the support. This is just when the leaders were leaked. So, but yeah, so leader alone, that first, like without even finishing reading the rest of the effect, we just kind of brushed it off almost. Activate main once per turn. You reveal 2 events from your hand, give up to one of your characters with a base power of 4,000 or less, plus 2, making him a 6k if it's at 4k, and then making it a 5k if your character's a 3 attack power. So, semi-generic leader, but pretty also specific at the same time with having a character's 4 or less, with the cost of 4 or less. So. But yeah, let's go ahead and move right on. We have the typical Straw Hat Searcher Nami OPO1. Just search top 5 for a Straw Hat and place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Same thing with Buggy. This is, if I'm not mistaken, the first iterations of like the Zoro build. Players would have this Buggy, and he eventually ended up becoming Buggy the Whiff King because of how often he would whiff in that Zoro deck. But here, actually not as much. I think this is Buggy kind of belongs in Rayleigh's. As you can see, we have a good chunk of events, which we'll get to in just a moment. But yeah, honestly, I think out of all the practice games, he still whiffs surprisingly, but not as much, not as often as the Zoro used to. I think I played a little bit of that early iteration of Zoro myself, and I realized why he was called the Whiff King. So there we go. Shaku, or Shaku Yaku. That basically your other searcher, look at the top 5, reveal up to 1 Monkey D, Luffy, or red event, place it in your hand and put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So you have 4, 8, 12. Well, actually, we have a few more upcoming. So another 4 set of searchers here. This kind of helps you. This is probably the most important one because not only does it get you Luffy, but also gets you your events. So basically, it's a combination of Buggy and Nami put together, and you get the Shaku. Then we have a 2K, which also kind of synergizes with the leader in a kind of way. So we have the OPO1 Sanji 2K counter, 3 attack power, 2 cost. Activate main, add a card from your life. And then this character gains 2k for the turn, and then give this character up to 2 rested on. So he gets like what, 2, 4, that's 4, so that's 4, 7k just on his own. So it's 3 plus the 2 boost from taking a life, and then the 2 more. Yeah, so that's 7. And then if you wanted to, if you really want to swing pretty hard, you could use your leader effect and give him 2 more 1,000 attack power. So making him kind of a scary swinger here. Same with the buggy. It's easier as opposed to Nami and Shaku. The buggy would just gain a 5k without any Dawn investment. With Nami and Shaku, you'd have to give them at least 1 Dawn. And when you do that, it does kind of make your turns a little awkward when you're giving them 1 Dawn, but for the most part, 1 Dawn investment doesn't really hurt too much. We have your other searcher, so that's 4, 8, 12, 16 card searchers. This one is probably my favorite. This is basically your one of the bread and butter cards here. On play, look at the top 5, reveal an event or a Monkey D. Luffy, and then place the rest of the bottom of your deck, and then activate main, trash this character, give up to 2 rested Dawn to one of your leader or character cards. 2 rested Dawn to one of your leader or character cards. So this one is like really good because it basically, with no Dawn investment, leader effect, making her a 5k swing, trash it and give someone else 2 rested Dawn. So really good. So that kind of helps you utilize Shaku and Nami without having to give up your active Dawn. And then we have what looks like it's going to be pretty much a staple in most red decks. We have Sanji here, 3 cost, 3k attack power, 1 cost, 1k counter. On your turn it's 3k, and then on KO draw a card. So there's almost no downside to this. Synergizes extremely well with Rayleigh's. So with leader effect, giving him 2k, making it a 5, plus the 3 with no Dawn investment, so swinging for 8, 6, 7, yeah, swinging for 8 for that turn. And then if he KOs, he kind of basically helps you replenish your hand. So really good. Really good. I feel like this is going to be a staple in most red decks, depending what you're playing. But yeah, really good card here. And then here, I think I got this card mixed up. But I ended up using this one. I think you're supposed to play the Rush one. I'm not going to change it now because I have already recorded the games preemptively. And I still managed to win with this Zoro here. I did see some lists with this Zoro in it. I saw other lists with the Rush Zoro. They were playing with alternate arts, and I couldn't make out all of them, but I believe it's the Rush Zoro that you're supposed to use instead of this one. Either way, though, this kind of still has some synergy with like the leader and the deck. So you won't get the boost from Rayleigh's, but we'll get to in a minute. It kind of synergizes with this Luffy. So basically, Dawn X1, he gets an extra 1k power. So making him a 7 cost, a 7 attack power character, and then that 1k boost kind of sticks as long as the Dawn is on him. So it becomes a 6k on your opponent's turn, making him have to use up more Dawn. Thinking back on it, after I've recorded all my games, I think it was supposed to be the Rush, but nonetheless, that's probably just the 1 card difference from what I think the actual deck is. But then we have the Kid Killer. It is a brick, so that's why I'm assuming why he chose to play 2. Personally, again, I'm not the winner here. He is, but I think I would have played at least 1 more. Because this card's really good. Swinging for 7, Rush. It's really good. Almost no downside aside from it being a brick. And then we have the other half of your bread and butter. If you have, it's a 4 cost, 4k attack power, 1k counter. If you have 2 or more Dawn attached to cards on the field, this character gains 2k. So off the bat, if someone else has a Dawn, or 2 characters have 1 Dawn each, or 1 character has 2 Dawns, he just becomes an automatic 6k attack. Very good. And that's not including the boost that he could get from Rayleigh. So making him 8k. Then reveal 2 events from your hand. Play with the 1 red character with a attack power of 3,000 or less from your hand, and then give up to 1 rested Dawn to your leader or characters. So this effect, the secondary where he's giving a Dawn to someone, is actually relevant. It's especially with this meta with blue purple running around. And then in the upcoming OP13, when Rayleigh's comes out, I'm not Rayleigh's, Roger, when Roger comes out, and just any 6K leaders like green purple, and then with the black purple Luffy that has the beer Luffy, rum Luffy or whatever. So giving this to whoever needs it just to be able to swing into that leader. This is really relevant. And then if you're not trying to swing into a blue purple or 6K leader, it kind of synergizes with everything else here, including this Zoro, like I mentioned earlier. So if you combo this and you bring out whoever your target is going to be, like Sanji. I typically like Boa or Sanji. This Sanji is also nice as well. But then with that second effect with giving a Dawn, helps with your leader, giving it to the Zoro or the Nami and Shaku, especially if they need to get over, like, to get that extra boost to become a 5K without having to use up active Dawn. This Luffy is just awesome. He's your key card. This is what you want to see most of the time. And then, yeah, so on to your events. We have 4 of the Never Doubt That Is Power. To Never Doubt That Is Power. Activate main, give the 2 active Dawn to your Rayleigh. Your opponent cannot activate blocker if that leader or character attacks. So this is the only Rayleigh. Your leader is the only Rayleigh that we have. I don't think there's any other one that we can play or want to play aside from just having a leader until it gets more support. And then it's a counter. It's basically a 2K counter. So just plus 2,000 during the battle on the counter. It's 0 cost, so that's pretty nice. We have the observation haki. Attach an active Dawn to your Rayleigh. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck and reveal a red event or a 3 cost greater character. Add it to your hand and place the rest. So a searcher, so that's for a total of 16, 20 card searchers in your deck. And this is probably like right next in line for like best searcher, that's like on top of Boa, because you can search out your events, and then on top of that, any 3 cost or greater character. So if you need like Kid Killer, Luffy, just anything here, any missing pieces to match up with the Luffy, this guy will help you find it. So this is pretty good. And then we have Conqueror's Haki. Counter, give up to your character or Rayleigh's plus 2K for the battle, then rest the Dawn, and if you did, give up to all of your opponent's characters and leader minus 1K for the turn. Super relevant, very good. The only like tricky part, I guess I need to get the hang of it, was leaving active Dawn available. I guess I'm just used to like the traditional red aggro where you just summon things with rush and you tap out and you just swing like crazy. This deck kind of made me play a little differently, a more strategic red deck, if I say so myself. Please correct me if you guys agree or disagree, but it's a more strategic aggro deck. Then we have Armament Haki. Activate main, attach 1 active Dawn, give it to your leader or character plus 1,000. So essentially giving him 2K if you're including the Dawn plus the 1K boost from this. And then counter plus 2,000 for the battle, so it's a 2K counter. Then we have the single in 2 years at Sabaody Archipelago. Look at the top 5, reveal Straw Hat character, add it to your hand and place the rest at the bottom of the deck. So I don't know what his thought process was of this and only adding 1. I feel like, I mean, I understand it's an event and you have buggies and you have Shaku and cards that can searches it out, but 1 just kind of seems a little random. Like, I don't know if he just came up with the deck list and at 49 he's like, oh no, what do I add in? And just decided to add in the single in 2 years. I don't know, just it feels a little random but also makes sense. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 21 searcher cards, including the event. So, I mean, hey, he's the guy who won. I'm just a guy on the internet. I have no idea. And then last but not least, we have the Gum Gum Mole Gun. Extremely good counter red card. So it's obviously people who know it's a 4-cost counter, 4-cost event. Activate main. Give it to your opponent minus 5k power during this turn. If you have a character with 6,000 more power, K up to one of your opponent's character with the cost of 2,000 or less. So, I don't play red too often anymore. I mean, I played the Zoro back when Zoro was like a thing, so I haven't really played red as much since. So I just basically had to adjusted the play style of what this deck was trying to do. For me personally, I'm not a red player, and piloting this guy's deck was something I really had to like think about. And you can probably even see it in my games. I kind of struggled to finish off some games, but I know there was ways that I couldn't see, and I'm sure I missed opportunities during specific turns. Like for example, making sure the Dawn was active when activating these events here. Not something I'm used to. Having a 6k, there's just games where I'm not going to include because there's too many, where I just misplayed and forgot that I couldn't get the boost from like this Luffy, and I activated this and I couldn't KO anything. So it just kind of made me play different. I love it though because it's a challenge. I love playing decks that just challenge me. Unfortunately, I don't see myself playing this OP12 just because if you guys saw my Kuzon video, I've made a kind of a promise that I'll be playing more Kuzon because I fell in love with that deck more and more. I do want to throw up some more videos on my like Kuzon training arc, if so to speak. So, but this deck, if it wasn't for Kuzan, I think I'd be playing Rayleigh. To be honest, this deck is really fun. If I were to learn another deck inside out, it would probably be Rayleigh, because it's different. It's not like I said, not your traditional aggro summon rush attack kind of deck. This is kind of like you have to set up. You have to be a little more patient with this. You kind of have to set up, be aggressive, set up again, and then be aggressive. So just play it a little slower. But yeah, so without further ado, let's just get into some games and give this deck like a bit of a test run, and then we can just pick up my plays a little bit. So yeah. Okay, we have our first game here against Purple Katakuri. This is going to be our warm-up. Excuse me. So we're just trying to get a feel for the deck here. Like I said, we are using the Japan Season 1 Champion winner deck list. And we're just getting a feel for the deck. There goes those Zoros again. So it looks like they went to the bottom. So if they were the rush ones, it didn't matter. Because they got put to the bottom of the deck. So but yeah, I think those were supposed to be the rush ones. I didn't realize until like after I was doing all this recording and everything, so it's okay. It may have made a difference in maybe a few games, but for the most part, this deck still did what it needs to do. So it doesn't like need those rush Zoros exactly, but it's all good. So yeah, Purple Katakuri. I don't know if it got support. I can't remember. May have gotten a few things here and there, but for the most part, that deck's pretty fun. I like Purple Katakuri. Too many decks to play in this game. Too many. Our opening hand was pretty. It was okay. Could have been way better. Um, Purple Katakuri swinging. I'm pretty sure we take this, right? Or do we block? I always forget against. Yeah. I think we take this. Yeah. It's usually against red matchups, so where I'm cautious of taking even the first hit sometimes. Alright, let me see if this is one of the games that we whiff or don't whiff with Buggy. Like I mentioned earlier, I still stand by what I said. Buggy in Rayleigh does not whiff that much. I've even whiffed with Shaku in one of the games. One of the things I have to also keep in mind was having 2 events, which usually isn't so terrible, but there's like times where I was just like, I top decked the Luffy and just slammed it down, not realizing that I needed 2 events in hand, which I could have gotten had I been more patient and summoned like Boa or Buggy. So, yeah, this deck really forced me to play differently, and I like these types of decks. Yeah, here we're swinging pretty strong with the Sanji. And if it gets KO'd, that's fine. I don't mind the draw. Unless I'm like going for game, I'm like for the most part, if Sanji gets KO'd, it's usually okay. Or if they just swing kind of small into it, then I'll protect it. Do I protect it? Oh, actually couldn't. Um, oh, I guess I could have given up to Sanji. I think yeah, I let it go just because he still has Katakuri to swing with, so it wasn't worth protecting, especially so early into the game. I didn't mind. Still missing another Luffy. Yeah. Charlotte Daifuku. I don't know. I haven't played it since Purple Katakuri release, so I don't know if that's a staple card they play or if he's just trying to be spicy with his version of that deck. Yeah, I don't know if they play that. Oh, did I whiff? Or did I grab something? I don't remember. Let's see. Do I grab? Yeah, needed another body. Do I play it? I do like the I forget which haki that is. Conquerors guy. I like the Conquerors haki. It's probably one of my favorite ones. I just have to be mindful of leaving the Dawn up, so that way they can, especially, and they do stack the minus 1k. So if you have 2 or 3, they minus 2,000, minus 3,000, however many you have. Which didn't come up too often. I think in some of the other games, towards the tail end of it, I managed to stack 2 of them for the minus 2k. Yeah, I think as far as big bodies go, I think we just ignore them unless we have like unless it's rested and we have Mulgun. Even still, um, I like to save it against more threatening cards. The early Kid Killer kind of hinders us just because it's a break and we can't do anything until we whittle him down to like 2 life. So the downside of having Kid early game, and we only play 2. So the fact that we opened it with it's just crazy. Same thing with Mulgun. We only play 2 Mulgun and we have all of them in our hand. Did he not swing with Taifuku? Or did he restand it? See, I record these games in like within the span of a few days. So when I record, I have to come back to the next day and then record more, and then the day after record some more. And I don't remember the first few games. Yeah, I let that go through. It's way too high. Oh, okay. The ET did restate it. Then we drew our Diable Jambe. Pretty good card. That's actually helped out too. That's come up a few times. Do we double Mocha? No. Do we? Double Mocha? Or do we just soften it up and swing? I think we just swing. I think I wanted to bring out Kid Killer this turn. Or do we... another Mulligan? That seems kind of wasteful, but I think I... Let's see what he does. Oh, I think I waited to see if he went down to 2 life. He's also got 3 cards in hand. Also another misplay I do sometimes with the Luffy, when it gives someone else an extra Dawn, I've already swung. And then I summon the Luffy to give someone else a Dawn that didn't matter. So just to force a habit of swinging first and then summoning later. The hard habit to break. So he does go down to 2. And this is where I contemplate Kid Killer or just Mulligan the... Or, yeah, Kid Killer or Mulligan. That's where I was thinking about. Yeah, so Kid Killer comes out. Trash Boa. Luffy gets his little boost. So we swing 6, 7, 7. So we're getting at least a 2K out of hand. Then 7, 7. Okay, and here's where... Oh, we kind of win. Yeah, we win here. So no matter what he does, he can clear board for all we care. Yeah, we have the Diable Jambe. Yeah, so we don't care what he does here. Sure, 2 blockers. 2 Katakuri blockers. Yeah, I guess players are going to have to start getting used to realizing this deck has against Rayleigh, they have their own Diable Jambe. So that's a tongue twister. I can't. Yep, let that go through. Yep, he thinks, yeah. And the draw. Not that we needed it, but nice to have. So he thinks he's, yeah, I'm pretty sure he probably forgot about that card. He thinks he's all blockered up. Feels so good, yet so bad. Playing these decks too also makes me mindful. I think I played against a Rayleigh in a few of my other games, and I realized I can't go down to 0. Yep. GG's. So pretty fun. Okay, here we're moving up a step up in the tier list. Here we got Black Purple, aka PBJ Luffy. Our hand is decent. They got 2 2Ks, 2 searchers, plus a 2K event or a 1K boost. Okay, searcher events. So we can do double searcher. Decided not to go with the Hancock just because we could do 2 searchers. That does leave us a little iffy because then that means we give up 2 event cards. But do we just search it? Because we can only search a 3 or higher or an event. Yeah, okay, so we got our 2 events. Yeah. Like I said, there was a few times where I misplayed a Summon Luffy and didn't have 2 events. Wasn't sure if this was one of those games. I know, yeah, I think we did come out on top. Didn't expect that. 5k swing from Law, we just take 5 from Leader. Did we just give him a 2k? Oh, no, okay, we took it. Yeah, it's fine. We're a 5k leader. And so here, do we do Luffy or we do Zoro? I like setting up the Zoro for sometimes. So summon Zoro, next turn I'll play the Luffy to give him that Dawn. See what he does. He takes, no big deal. Oh, Shaku and Zoro. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad turn. Not a bad turn. And the next turn, Luffy Boa, and we give Zoro the one. The one Dawn. Swing for 7 there. The Zoro's not bad. I mean, definitely, I think the rush one would have been a little better, but yeah. I think I was excited when I was building it because I didn't think Rayleigh would win that tournament, especially with like if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you guys follow like the Japan circuit a little bit, um, I don't think there was any blue purple that topped that event, or if they did, it wasn't like top 10 or anything. This was crazy. I do know some purple decks, I mean some black decks do play Perona. I just didn't expect it from the PBJ Luffy. I mean, it's fine. Nice little spice. I like. I don't mind. I don't judge. I don't judge because I like myself spicy, spicy text. And that Perona it's not bad. It's a 5k stat line. It's a 4/5 stat line. Effect is relevant. It discards your opponent's hand, so I don't mind it. I have to give him props because I see what he was trying to do. And then do we just swing? 7. And we just enter. We leave 1 Dawn up for our event, the -1k event for opponent's field. We could have swung with Shaku, but I think I wanted to be a little more defensive, I think. One thing I feel like I was missing was blockers. This version doesn't play any blockers, which I get it. It's still aggressive. As different as it is, it's still just an aggro deck. But maybe I would have thrown some one chump blockers, maybe. And then let's see. 5/5. We just dropped the Nami, I think. Yeah, dropped the Nami. I wanted to hold on to the 0 cost unblockable events. And then I did see we were getting him down to 1 life, so I think initially I wanted to go for his board, but then once he got down to 1 life, I got kind of baited. He's got plenty of cards in hand. So no blockers yet. And then because Beer Luffy came out, chose not to swing with the boa. It would have been too much to invest in. Well, maybe I could have. Who knows? Yes. This is one of those moments where you guys go ahead and feel free to let me know if just letting boa go was the right choice or not. Okay, here's what I'm just expecting. Gum Gum. Here's where I expect Gum Gum. But no, we get some counters out of hand. It's okay. Now, do we tap out? Do we tap out? He's got 4 cards in hand. Do we just don everything or just 2? I think just 2 when we swing a board. Yeah, swing a board. And then up to him if he lets it go or uses up Gum Gum. Yeah, Gum Gum. Makes sense. Wants to keep board. Yeah, this is the part where I think I was starting to sweat a little bit. Yeah, I think here he's trying to just get resources out of my hand. We got 1 piece there. We need another half. Do we take that? Yeah, I guess we take it. Ugh. Oh, okay, I guess he was just banking on the Luffy. Yeah. Now I think we have to go for game here. I think we play the boa. Boa? I don't think it matters. Yeah. No, it did matter. We needed an event. And then boa trashes herself. Okay, so he's all tapped out. I think he was banking on that last play, the secret Luffy, to go for game. I think if he played it a little slower, he probably would have had this one. Yeah, I was trying to make him utilize more than just 1 2K. Yep. And then 1 card in hand. That's 6. I think I have to go up. Yeah, last turn he made me use up the 2K events that have an activate main, give an extra boost and an active don. That would have helped. That would have helped solidify this win a little more. Yeah. So here, yeah. Okay. Whew. I kind of forgot. Yeah. Although if those are 2-2Ks, he wins. So close game. Very, very close. And I know I could have done something a little differently. So just let me know in the comments, guys. I'm learning, but I'm also having fun. All right, last game. We got the dreaded, the big bad of this format, Green Zoro. Not an easy matchup, at least for me. Although I'm sure I'm playing that matchup wrong, so I think I did play a few. I think I'm 50-50 with all the Zoro matchups. I'm sure if I do some more research and look into it more, then I can play the matchup a little easier. And then some is the tap searcher, which is annoying. The good thing about our little bodies here that we play out, we don't have to use our leader effect to get rid of them. So Buggy and Shaku usually are more than enough, and Nami as well, usually enough to get rid of those pesky tap searchers. And we draw our one event that we play, the Sabodi something searcher. Crazy how we opened up with it. Here we have a few options. I think we just go for the Sanji. Or the Boa? Oh, I guess we do Boa. Boa. And then we grab the Mole Gun. Just because we play it at 2, so we can't be guaranteed to see the second one. Double Searcher. Okay, that's what we do. Yeah. Interesting. KO's a 2 cost for less. Guess he was trying to get spicy. I don't think they play that typically, but it's a 2K, so a searchable 2K if I'm not mistaken, because they play the Prona. And the Boa, not worth protecting. Sad to see it go though, because we didn't get a chance to utilize its second effect. I think here we just double check if we need to utilize that one Don. Oh, do I misplay? A small misplay? I forgot to. I think it's just one Don swing where I could have done. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is what I mentioned earlier. So that Luffy is going to give me another Don, but what do we get out of it? I think he takes it anyway because this is like our first hit. Yeah, so luckily worked in our favor. But yeah, this is one of those moments where like I had like an oops moment. Yeah. And also, guys, if I guess an obvious tip is to, whenever you're revealing events, just try to keep the events that you're revealing consistent. Try to keep them the same as possible and not give your opponent any extra information. You don't want to let them know that you have Mole Gun or the unblockable event. So I think that's a pretty straightforward tip. I think everyone can figure out. But if not, now you know. Yeah. So we have Achilles. I think he's already, by the time this video comes out, he should have released his version of Green Zoro. That's what he's going to be playing with. So you guys kind of like tune into that. That's going to be his main deck, if I'm not mistaken, for OP12. I think between either Green Zoro or the Black Yellow Koala. I think those are the main two he's switching back and forth with. But he did express some good feelings towards like Green Zoro, which is interesting because he's really just all over the red purple Luffy. That deck he just can't let go. But the fact that he actually wants to play Green Zoro kind of means something. So if you guys follow the channel a little bit, you know that he's put out multiple red purple Luffy videos. So I'm excited to see how well he's going to do with OP12 Green Zoro or the Black Yellow Koala. So here, I think I got the idea, or I got the sense that it was gonna try and starve me. So, when the good thing about playing, I guess, red in general, that you have the option of playing this 2K Sanji. So if players try to starve you, um, just play, just play the Sanji, and you can just start grabbing cards out of life and try to be extra aggressive with that Sanji, or you can just leave it active in active mode, not rested, not swing with it, just to grab cards out of life. But we play four off, so I think we end up grabbing life, swinging. Let's see, 7, 6, 7, 7. Okay, so we don't play the Sanji just yet. Here, I think we let that go, right? We usually let all the Sanjis go. Yeah. Then we got bow. We got half of our combo piece. We're still missing the main card. Oh, there goes the Mihawk. Scary, scary blocker. Let's see. I think I'm pretty good. Yeah, we could have invested some more Dawn because he's not going for life. So the fact that I left one Dawn open, do I try to protect it? Oh, I think I do. Yeah, because that's his last attack for the turn. Yeah. So we lost our Sanji. And he was developing a board, so yeah, that's why I didn't give it up. He was starting to develop a board. Finally goes for life. Gives us something we want to see. We got Shaku. And we got the Luffy. Even better. Um, oh yeah, yeah. So we needed an event to make sure we get Luffy off. Search event, yeah. Ooh, did we misplay? Why am I hovering over that? Ooh, the misplay? Oh no. Okay. What do I do? Yeah, I think here I realized I misplayed, and I just played the Zoro. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Even I'm suspense, and I played these games. I do a lot of recording in between a lot of days. I do work a 9 to 5 and got other things to take care of. So I record when I can, and I do the voiceover. I commentate over it on a different day. So I kind of just forget which games sometimes. I forget what I do in between the games. That's all. Yeah, we jacked this turn up. We just yeah. This turn went crazy. It went everywhere. It could have been a lot simpler. So yeah, I deserve it. You guys can let me have it in this one. Now sometimes having Kid Killer gives me tunnel vision. I get so zoned in on trying to get him down to that 2 life. I just go for board, yeah, because he's got 3 cards in hand, so Less likely to protect a 5k character? Yeah. And we play Zoro. Okay. Okay. That turn could have gone a lot better and smoother, but we got there. And the Tashigi. That card you hate to see. So yeah, I think the Mihawk's out of range. Yeah. Mihawk's out of range for Mulgun, but not that Tashigi, if I'm not mistaken. The restand. Yep. So those games where I'm starting to sweat. It's got 2 Dawn up, 2 cards in hand. If I'm not mistaken, Zoro's not really a deck that has a full board. Yeah, we just take that. Okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay. So we semi-starved him out. We got him down to like 2 cards in hand. No way he protects it, does he? No. Yeah, okay. And then we play Luffy. Give the 1 down to Zoro, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yep. And then so that's 7. Do we swing 8 for the Mihawk? Or do we just swing 7? I think I was thinking about it. How much Dawn I want to utilize here. Yep. Just swing 8s. Oh yeah, I was running tight on Dawn, so. I think that was tempting to go after too. So. Did we clear board? I think we clear board here. No, we can't. We can't clear board. Maybe I should have gone for that Mihawk. Why'd I do that? Yeah, this turn could have gone a little differently as well. I could have Molgun the Tashigi or swung like just 2k over the. Yeah. I guess either or. I think either or. One of those cards is getting off the board. I guess I think as long as we. Yeah. I think I needed a Dawn up. I think that's what my thought process was. I use up 4 Dawn instead of 5. Because I needed 5 Dawn to swing 2k over the Mihawk. So instead I ended up I opted to use 4 Dawn and having 1 Dawn active to get rid of the Mihawk. And having 1 Dawn active for the minus 1k event. Can't do anything about that. So he's definitely losing steam, but so are we. But this is pretty much how Zoro plays. You don't really care about having a full board. You just swing huge. You restand, swing again. You play the restand event. You swing again. So you're just chunking out your opponent's life, swing after swing. So Um, this is pretty much how Zoro, for the most part, will play. So, okay. 2K, Luffy. I think we go for the Luffy. Yeah, we go for the Luffy. No targets, but at least we have it there, just so that way we'll have we can just draw into our next piece. Seven. Okay, not likely to defend. I'm sure he takes it. There he goes. And so now our kid killers are alive. And now we have a boosted Shaku up to 5k swing. We also got the boost off the Luffy for a 6k swing. It all comes together once he's down to 2 life. Not that this deck needs the opponent to go down to 2 life for the win, but it definitely makes things easier, especially when you open up your only 2, or when you draw into your only 2 kid killers. So it does make life a little easier that way. I think here I'm debating, do I just... I was kind of debating just to leave him at 2 life with 1 card in hand. I don't know what Green Zoro can play to just come back with 1 card. Oh, there's that. Trigger. Yep. Yeah. So the smarter play would just be to leave him at 2 life. That would have been the smart play. Tap Searcher. Blocker Mihawk. Oh, there we go. So there you have it. So I think we high rolled a little bit, but yeah. So Rayleigh is definitely a top tier contender. As we all know that this is the Japan list winner. I personally probably wouldn't play this version just because this is more tailored to like Japan meta rather than US or the Western meta. We play differently. Not to say that Rayleigh is going to be not top tier, but he's definitely going to be top tier. I just think this deck is going to be built just slightly different than what Japan has. So let's get back here to the deck list. All right, and there you have it. Japan's winner deck list here, Rayleigh. Let me know what you guys think of this deck list. Like I said, I'm just a guy on YouTube. This is the guy who actually won, so my thoughts on how I would change it probably just throw out the window. But part of me just guesses that this deck may be built a little differently. And I'm curious to see how our OP12 is going to look like compared to theirs. So let me know if you guys are going to plan to play Rayleigh. How's your deck list going to look? Are you just going to like kind of use this as a blueprint for our Western meta? Or are you going to just make minor tweaks to it? Either way, let me know. And check out our other videos. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.